Hi people, Night Voice back again. I was wondering, is Julia Gillard, our Prime Minister, going through a midlife crisis? I mean, how the hell? It's got me, I don't know, just like a lot of other people I'd imagine, how she could come out right at this present point of time when we're going through all these floods we've just had, all these disasters, people, on the bones of their backsides, how she could come out and announce that her government is going to try and implement this carbon tax for global warming. Absolutely crazy. I mentioned when they got into government that we'd probably go back to the polls within 6 months. Well, I think Tony Abbott may be smiling right at this moment, because I think very shortly he is going to end up as our Prime Minister. Julia Gillard, by announcing this carbon tax, I think has signed her own demise. And the Greens, people aren't going to vote for the Greens or for this carbon tax. I mentioned in a video the other day, and the one before that, I think, it's a scam, it's a con job, and all this carbon tax is to basically get it on to start it off, then get it into this carbon credit trading scheme, stock market, share market money people. That's all it is. I don't know who's pushed her button. Someone has. I mean, she's a lawyer, quite an intelligent woman, I would imagine. Someone's behind it. I don't think she would have taken this on herself. I mean, she mentioned before the elections that under her government there wouldn't be a carbon tax. And now she's turned full circle and announcing that her government's going to bring this carbon tax in. Like I said, I just can't understand it. No way in the world. I read on the internet there today on the news that a couple of the power companies in Australia, I think it must be in the eastern states, I suppose, one company was saying that it could cost them, I don't know what it was, hundreds of millions of dollars anyway, a year. And another one was saying it would cost them the same, or roughly the same anyway, hundreds of millions of dollars. I mentioned, if we want to go green, just slowly implement regulations, and it doesn't matter whether it takes 20 years, 30 years or 40 years or whatever to bring down our emissions. I mean, the bloody world's not going to blow up tomorrow, or the oceans are going to take us over or whatever. I mean, you have to think of the other countries, India, China, Indonesia, Africa. They haven't got the money. Well, the Chinese have, I suppose, and the Indians, but they're not worried about that. All they're worried about is building their countries. I mean, someone mentioned a video the other day that I was watching on the internet about China building so many coal-powered fire stations. I don't know what it was, one a week or some bloody thing. So because of their population, they need to supply power to people. The cheapest way is coal, which pollutes the atmosphere. So I think we're going back to the polls, or the Governor-General maybe just say, well, there's a no confidence vote in your government, the Gillard government. Tony may have to take over. As far as the Greens are concerned, well, they're going to go back to where they were 10 years ago. Absolutely crazy. That's my feelings. Night Voice, catch you.